Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, hello. Welcome to this new episode. Long time no talk, am I right, guys? I say that like I haven't been streaming. It's a lie. But hello. Welcome to the second episode of this. I loved the first episode. I thought the first episode was fun and I like doing this, so here we are. Of course, when I thought of this idea, I had much bigger hopes for myself that I would be able to go outside, have a beautiful background, we'd be sitting talking. And today was the day that I was going to go sit out and talk, but I'm at a park right now. I could literally show you that I'm at a fucking park. I'm at a park. I got outside. I found a little picnic table. I was very excited. And then the wind was blowing my MacBook off of the fucking picnic table. So here we are, back in my car. I did film like a first draft of the podcast in my car, the first episode, and I went and redid it, whatever. So here we are. It's March 18th. It is 3:56 if you guys were wondering. I don't know. I'm just giving you some type of perspective. This is going out tomorrow. And again, I'm doing something else that I didn't want to do, which was use an upload day for a podcast upload. But we got busy. We got sidetracked. I'm about to film a bunch of videos so that we're good and ready for when the time comes for them to be uploaded while I'm in LA and shit like that. But yeah, got a little behind. I need to be better on my grind. But I'm staying on my grind, and this is, just the easy way. It may not be the best way, but it's the easy way, and I'm fine with that. Sorry for my appearance as well. I feel crazy. Okay, so someone requested this in my chat, and I thought it would be funny, but I have a few characters that I talk about on my stream, okay? And all of these characters are men that I have been with, you could say. And so I thought that I would do a recap and we would talk about, I'd retell all of the stories and I'd update you guys on some stuff and shit like that so that I don't have to retell the story each time and I can just say, hey, go watch the YouTube video, you'll get all the lore. And yeah. So I don't really know if I'm going to remember everyone and I don't know how long this is going to be. Like, I think this is going to be a good length, but there's not a ton of guys, honestly. I don't even know where to start. Like, do I start from my least favorite to my favorite? Do we go favorite to least favorite? I don't really know. I'll try and go in timeline order, I guess. So, I moved here right after I graduated high school. And, also just some warning, there is going to be some very sexual details and shit, so if you don't want to hear that, I would skip through a bit, but there's going to be a lot of sexual things I'm talking about in here, so cover your ears, I guess. I moved here right when I graduated high school, and me and my mom had this like pact. Not really a pact, but we had this deal that I wouldn't have sex in high school. I'd wait until college so that I didn't get pregnant in high school, which is a very valid thing to be worried about and also a very valid thing to keep me from, so I'm not mad about that at all. So when I moved here, I actually moved here talking to someone, so I thought, oh, I've got it. Like, I'm going to be laid first week that I'm here. It's going to be great, whatever. Yeah, no, that didn't happen. That guy stopped talking to me, so me and him never made it through. And that's a guy that I won't talk about right now. He's one that I'm a little nervous I'm going to get in trouble about, so I'll keep my mouth shut when it comes to that. But, yeah, time went on. I had an e-boyfriend, and the e-boyfriend came and visited, and I was like, here we go. And then he was like, I don't want to have sex with you unless we're in a committed relationship. Fair, I guess. But, I was ready to get my dick wet, you could say. So I didn't really do anything with him. He was kind of the first, like, actual sexual experience I had, you could say, though. And then I did my subathon, and he broke up with me the day after my subathon ended. So 2 for 2 on that one. We'll see if we'll get 3 for 3 for this next subathon. Yeah, the e-boyfriend, I called him my Minecraft boyfriend. I've referenced him a few times, mostly as e-boyfriend though. He was great. He was a very kind guy. of course, I was very frustrated when he broke up with me, but whatever. We're on better terms now, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, so I thought for sure that, like, I kept seeing guys and I was like, oh, this is the guy that I'm gonna lose my virginity to. Oh, here we go. And then obviously, if you don't know, I don't even know how to say this. I was in a really bad situation where I lost my virginity, and so now I have PTSD and fucking terrible anxiety over that shit, and I regret it every single day, and it's awesome. But enough about that. Before that happened, I would hang out with guys on Bumble. I was bored, so I downloaded Bumble and Hinge and was just, fucking around. It's a very nice, like, ego boost, when you're, like, matching with people and then you're just, like, Snapchatting these, like, fucking guys who have nothing better to do. It's kind of fun, and I started hanging out with a few of them. So there was this one guy that I matched with, and he was cute, and we were going to go on a date, and we were Snapchatting for a bit, and then one day I was just like, do you want to come over and watch a movie? And I said, you can come over and watch a movie. We're not having sex, but, like, you can come over, we can do stuff. We can fuck around, And he came over, and it was great. We were seeing each other. We'd see each other a few times. Let me tell you, it was a one-way fucking street, though. I was giving all that I could give, and I was not getting shit back, that's for sure. Which is fine. I'm a giver. You ain't gotta tell me. I'm a giver, so I don't really care. But after a while, it gets frustrating. And then this one day, he was a working man, very much a working man. Hold on, let me get comfortable. Oh, and move you guys to where you're in a good spot. Sure, I guess. I don't know, I may hate how this looks, but it's janky, so it's kind of funny. One day he was working, and he was like, oh, I'm working, like, really close to you, like, I miss you. And I was like, hey, come over. And so he comes over on his lunch break, and, we're messing around. We go to my room. I start going to town. Okay, I'm going down there, and he probably got there like 1:30, got to my room like 1:40, if that, like maybe 1:37. And we're sitting back there, and I'm going down for, hold on. Why is there a bunch of cords underneath my shit? Okay, we're safe now. We're safe. You're safe, don't worry. I start going down, and it's good, we're having fun. Then I'm like, damn, I've fucking been here for a minute. Keep going. I'm like, Jesus Christ, like, what the fuck's happening? And then I hear, what would make me come faster? Okay, I should have gotten up and fucking left in that moment. Let me tell you, that was not the message or the thing I needed to hear in that moment. I never had this situation happen to me before. Normally we were, we didn't go this long, And he says that, and I was like, I like, put my head up, what, And I'm in the fucking worst position to be sucking dick. Okay, let me tell you, there are some amazing positions you can go for fucking hours sitting and doing it, and then there's a handful that it's just like fucking pain and agony longer than 5 minutes, let me tell you. Holy fuck. So I'm like in between his legs, my legs are, but I'm like loafed up on the bed, and then I'm like sucking his dick. So my legs are like fucking have no blood going to them, like cutting off circulation on my legs. My legs are falling asleep. I'm sitting here sucking them off. It was just no fun. And then finally, he, it's over with. I get up, of course. I have to get up and get him a towel. I don't know. I get up, and I genuinely almost fucking fall to my knees. Like, it was insane. Almost fucking fall to my knees. I walk to my bathroom, get the towel, come back, and I'm like, like, I'm dying. He's sitting there. He's like, I'm like, okay. It was a long waited, but now at least I'm going to get some head. I'm going to get something, This will be great. That motherfucker looks me dead in my eyes and goes, I'm really tired. We should take a nap now. I look at my phone. It is 2:37 now. 2:40. I don't even fucking remember, okay? It's been an hour. We call him 45-minute guy because I don't know the timeline exactly, and I'll give him the benefit of the doubt that it was, and for myself, my dignity, I'll say it was only 45 minutes I was going down. But you know what? This story, I am a true throat goat, okay? I was down there, and I stayed down there. I wasn't fucking giving up until it was over, okay? That shows ambition. That shows drive. That shows a lot from my fucking end, okay? My abuser brought up this story on his response stream and tried to, like, just use it to make me look bad. She's got this story where she couldn't make a man finish for 45 minutes. Okay. Can we just say I was sucking him off for 45? We don't say that I couldn't make him come for 45 minutes. That's not... He came, and the end of it, he came. It's not like... Come on, okay? So yeah, we call that one 45-minute guy. 45-minute guy has now made an appearance back in my life. I did match with him on Bumble just to fuck around and see what would happen, and he has told me that I am his favorite girl he's ever been with. Don't know what that means. Am I gonna get some head, or are we still in our same old ways, or what the fuck's gonna happen? I don't know. Very interesting. I mean, it just we gotta see it through. Gotta see it through. What is that video? Gots to see it through. I don't know. It don't matter. The next guy, I haven't, like, hooked up with many people from Bumble. I don't like hooking up with multiple people at once. I stay with one, and I'm good with one. You know, if you're good, I'm good. So, I'm trying to think of the next guy. I think the next guy was Butt Stuff Guy. I don't know what the timeline is. It doesn't matter. Now this is a little bit more, we're going into a little bit of more dirty details with this one, so I'm sorry. And let me just say, if you're any of these men that I'm talking about, I am sorry that I am airing your shit out, but, like, you're fine. Like, no one's gonna know who you are unless you want to come out and tell your own side of the story. I mean, I'm not even painting really these men in a bad light. It's just men being men. Like, yeah, there's, like, bad to it, but it's not like anyone's doing anything inherently wrong. It's just, like, funny, awkward stories now for me, you know? And I love doing this shit. I love anything for a fucking stream story. You know me. So, Butt Stuff Guy. Now, his name is, it's kind of there. You know, you already kind of can tell what this story is about, but I don't think people would realize about this guy. This guy, he's got a lot to him. I have a lot of stories about this man, and it's really weird because it's not like we were together at all, and we were not together for very fucking long. That's for fucking sure. I had sex with this man maybe like 3 times, and each time I was like, God, I'm never doing that shit again. And then I would go back for another, you know? So who's the real fucking moron in this? I mean, I think there's a common denominator in all of these, and it's me, so I'm the fucking problem. So, Butt Stuff Guy, I met off of Bumble as well. We went on a dinner date. It was probably the best date I've ever been on. He was so funny and so cool. He had so much, like, to talk about and so much about him. I didn't feel like I was carrying the conversation the whole time. It was great. It was a great dinner. I was like, holy fuck, this guy's so cool. I go back home, and we had talked about movies during dinner. So our next hangout, I said we should watch movies together, whatever. He comes over. I order pizza. I pay. This is important for later. At the time I'm working at Target. I think. This timeline's so fucked. It doesn't matter. So he comes over, and I put on a movie, and then I put on Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, which is, like, my favorite movie. So he had never seen it before. I was very excited for him to watch. We watched that entire movie. It's a pretty long-ass movie, by the way. And I'm fine. You know, we can do one movie and then get to doing what we're doing. And then is this the same time? Yeah. I'm pretty sure. Everything's meshing in my head. So then I put on 21 Jump Street because I'd never seen it before. And he's like, oh, this movie's great. He's like, it's so funny. I'm like, great, yeah, I'll put it on. I put it on, and, you know, I'm putting it on so that it's background noise. I'm ready to get to it, and he's just not taking that hint. And so I had to watch it on Hulu, so I'm getting ads because I'm a broke bitch. I'm so sorry. I'm paying for fucking $5.99 Hulu and not $12.99 Hulu. I'm sorry. And each ad is like really weird. Like I kept getting like an ED ad, and I was like, I don't know why these ads aren't tailored to me, obviously, because it was like an not eating disorder, fucking erectile dysfunction ads and shit like that, and like men's medications and shit. And I was like, haha, like I don't know why these ads are playing. And this motherfucker turns to me, and I can like see him out of the corner of my eye a few times, and I just don't even, like, I didn't want to look over. Like I was at that point where it's like, I can't fucking do this anymore. The ED ad comes on again, and I'm like, God, I'm like laughing. This motherfucker thought he was in a damn movie or something, because he turns and looks at me and he's like, I just try not to pay attention, and I try to distract myself, and he moves my face to kiss him. And that shit, I should have stood up and went, get the fuck out of my apartment. Genuinely, at that moment, I should have been like, that's enough. All right, cut it. Cut. Time out. Let's get the fuck out of here. So I didn't do that. So then the movie comes back, but I'm like, we're making out. So I'm like, we're going to have sex. Great, here we go. No, that movie comes back, and he pushes himself off of me and is like, movie's back, pay attention. Over 21 Jump Street? Are we fucking serious? You're not gonna lay the pipe, you gonna wait for fucking 21 Jump Street? Are you fucking serious? Hello? Okay, great. Keep watching 21 Jump Street. At this point, I'm fucking over it. I'm like, great, I'm not getting anything, like, whatever. I don't even care at this point. Whatever, okay. Then finally, another commercial comes on, we get to it. Now, I'll skip you guys the details. It was very good, okay? It was very, very good. Except at one point, he starts, touching the other hole, and I'm not, I don't venture down there too much myself other than cleaning, that's for sure, and I didn't really want nobody else exploring that cavern, but, he was ambiguous, I guess. Sticks a finger in, sticks, 2 fingers in, and I am the fucking Sarah Paulson cry, bro. It was not fun. It was not fun. And he kept doing it, and it hurt. It fucking hurt. And he didn't do it for very long, though. Like, I think he could sense that I was hurting, so he stopped. And I'd kind of, like, try and move position so he'd get his fucking fingers out of my ass. But, yeah. Other than that, sex was great, right? And I was like, that was weird. Maybe he'll take the hint that I didn't fucking like that. Move on, right? I don't see this man again until I'm like, fuck it. Like, when do I see? Oh, you know what? We go downtown one night, and he meets up with us. And this is a low point, okay? Because he met up with me. I'm so sorry. This is fucked, okay? This is fucked. I don't think he comes. I don't think this is the same time, actually. He met up with me twice downtown once, and one of the times he came and met up with me, his breath stank so fucking bad. Like, it was on another level. It was disgusting. And like, he was like, you want to make out before I go? And I was like, if that'll make you fucking leave, yeah, let's fucking make out. And his breath smelled so bad. I got in that club, I was like, does anyone have a fucking mint? Does anyone have a fucking mint, please? But I don't think I fucked him that night. God, I sound like a bad person, don't I? Do you guys think I'm a bad person when you're listening to me say these things? I don't know. To be fair, like, I'm just kind of being an asshole. I'm being an asshole for comical relief. Shut the fuck up, okay? Get the fuck out of here. I'm being an asshole for, like, comical relief, to be fair. So don't think lesser of me hearing these stories. But I did meet up with him on 6th Street one time, and we started texting again, and he was like, he lived downtown, like he lived like South Austin, and I did not live anywhere near that. And he was like, "I'll drive up right now." And I was like, "Oh, will you now?" Will you now? He did. He drove up. We had sex. It was great. Only thing was, he starts fucking going back to the cavern, the undiscovered cavern. And I just like, I'm like I'm like praying he can't fit his fucking fingers in there, bro. I'm like dying. I just don't fuck with anal. I don't fuck with anal. If you're a man and like you are really wanting anal from a woman, go fuck one of your friends. Like genuinely go find a man. There's literally no point. It does not feel good for me. It does not feel good. I mean, it hurts mostly for you. I don't know. I wouldn't want to. Do you know what comes out of there? Like, I wouldn't want to go anywhere near that, honestly. Like, I honestly think the vagina's a little bit too close to it. Like, I don't know. That shit freaks me out. I don't want to do that. And then there's, like, women that, like, do that shit, and now they're going to have to wear diapers when they're, like, 35. Like, I'm good. I'd rather have a tight little butthole than you to be going up in there for your own fucking pleasure. Literally only your pleasure, too. Like, I'm not getting shit. Okay. We're going a little bit too much detail here. Anyways, yeah, I just don't fuck with that, okay? So I'm like, I hope not. But I don't really want to kill the vibe. I don't really want to kill the vibe and turn, I'm, face down. I want to turn around and be like, don't put your fucking fingers in my butt. So kind of just thought he'd get the, body, the body language and feel like, I probably shouldn't do this. She probably doesn't like this. So, like, time passes. We're still having sex, whatever. And we get in one position, and he starts doing it again. But it doesn't feel, like, bad. So I'm like, okay. And he goes, yeah, you like... He's like, yeah, you like my fingers in your ass, don't you? No, I do not. And I just, like, I was like, and he... pulled him out. Now, like, I'm saying this and I'm kind of like going down memory lane. A thumb up in there. Okay, let's go. Call me a bowling ball. But just not the two fingers. And he was pumping. Like, the day after we had sex, like, it hurt. Like, it hurt to fucking sit down. Like, I'm not doing that shit again. I don't want that, okay? Don't need that. Don't want that. I am all okay. I am A-okay on that. Oh, shit. Sorry, y'all. Tried leaning back and can't get comfortable, So, yeah. So, that's Butt Stuff Guy. The last time that I went and had sex with Butt Stuff Guy, I, at the time, was seeing someone, and not really, like, anything too serious, but I was seeing someone, and, which I have, like, stories about him, I guess, and me and him just were not compatible sex-wise at all, and I hadn't had good sex in, like, a week and a half. Like, not a week and a half, fucking, like, 2 or 3 months I hadn't had good sex. So, me and him, like, had sex for our final time. I was kind of trying to, like, ghost out of this situation. It had been a week and a half that me and him had been talking, and I was like, fuck it, I'm going to Butt Stuff Guy. Like, fuck it, I'm going to go see Butt Stuff Guy. Like, at least it's good sex, it's good sex no matter what. So, this time, I decided to go down to him, and I go down to him, and I pick up pizza on the way, and he's like, oh, I'll Venmo you. This man had never Venmo'd me in my life, okay? The last time I bought pizza, he didn't pay me back nothing. Whatever, okay? This time, I didn't have a job. This is when I was unemployed. And so, I felt like we'd pick up the slack a little bit, but that's okay. So I get pizza, I come down, we eat the pizza, we put on theater camp, okay? Weird ass movie to watch with someone you're hooking up with, but that's okay. We watched the entire movie, neither of us had seen it. Good movie, okay? Then he's like, oh, let's put on another. When he said put on another, I was like, fuck, this was a fucking mistake. I was like, this was a fucking mistake. This was not worth it at all, whatsoever. The good dick, at this point, not worth it. He puts on 21 and Up. I think that's what the movie's called. It's like a Project X wannabe ass movie. My arm looks huge right now. Don't even fucking look at that. Okay, hold on. Let me move around so you can't. He puts on 21 and Up, which is like a Project X ass movie. not a good movie either. It was like the most mid movie ever. Sit through that whole fucking movie, and then finally the credits roll. He starts making out with me. So he had a cat. He had a kitten. Okay? And it was kind of weird vibes, like, from the get-go. But, like, I'm sitting there next to him, and he's like, oh, are you comfy, baby? And I turned to look at him to be like, yeah. He was not talking to me. He was talking to that fucking cat. That's kind of how it went the whole time. You know, I get on top of him, and the cat is trying to crawl with me on top of him. Mind you, I'm naked. Like, this cat's just seeing me fucking naked. And I'm just not fucking with it. And he's like, I'm on top of him. He's like, oh, she's getting jealous. Who the fuck are we talking about? I know you're not talking about your damn kitten. I know for a fucking fact we're not talking about your damn kitten. And I was like, okay. You know, I'm in it to win it at this point. So go ahead, go into his room, having sex, right? And I'm on the edge of the bed. And the cat comes into the room. And my hair is like laying off the edge of the bed. She starts playing with my hair. We're in damn missionary. And this cat is clawing at my fucking hair. Can we get her out? Can we get this bitch out? Like, can we not? Finally, like, he does. He takes her out and, like, closes the door. She's on the outside of the door meowing and fucking clawing at the door. He's like, aw. No, there's only one pussy right now you should be worried about, okay? There's only one fucking pussy you should be worried about. And it should be mine. Like, genuinely, please. Good sex, nonetheless. Good sex. It was exactly what I needed. I got up after, and I went to the bathroom, and I can't remember if he had a shower curtain. I don't think he did. And I pissed, and I went to wash my hands, and when going to dry my hands, he had a microfiber rag. Not like a towel, like a hand towel. It was literally like a 4x4 rag hanging on the little circle thing, and that's in a microfiber towel, by the way, or rag as well. And so in that moment I said, yeah, I need to get the fuck out of here. So I walked out, I said, oh, I have a migraine. I need to go home. My migraine medicine's at home. I fucking dipped. I needed to get out of there. And yeah, that was the last time. No, I did see him again on 6th Street after that. That's when his breath stank, and then I've never seen him since. And I'm good. That motherfucker replied to my stories of me with the swagger helmet on, talking about some, like, I could have taken better pictures. Bitch, yeah, at my fucking wedding. Like, what are we talking about? Like, no, these pictures are perfect. And he kind of, I was like, girl, what? Like, I don't know. It doesn't matter. That man's over with. The guy that, like, I had seen right before him, or was seeing right before him, I don't talk about him on stream very often. I don't really want to. This guy was great. He had, like, a very beautiful home. He had a great job. He was in the same space. Like, he was in the streamer space. It was awesome. He was very sweet, very kind. He had a huge fucking dick, though. Like, a huge fucking dick. Like, I'm very vulgar in this, and I'm so sorry to anyone who's, like, doesn't like this. And if you've clicked out because of my vulgarity or whatever, I do apologize. He had a huge penis, though. Holy shit. It was, like, scary. Like, it would be soft, and I'd be like, get your fucking worm away from me. Like, I can't do this. Yeah, but we just were, like, not compatible at all. He was a very great guy, though. I kind of, like, the height of, like, before I was coming out about my abuse, was kind of like literally the week before that, right? And so the night that I wrote the doc and everything, he actually stayed up with me and wrote the doc with me and read it through. And he told me, like, what I should add, like, kind of said, this is good, this is a good whole thing. And at the time, I had actually introduced him to my abuser's roommate, because they both did TikTok ads, and he had already, like, kind of known who he was, but I, like, introduced them, and they met at one of our parties at the house. And yeah, so the beginning part of my like story, I literally shit talk this guy because he's a fucking weirdo and was coming around to me talking about how he wasn't friends with my abuser anymore. He hated my abuser, whatever. Begged me for friends, begged me to introduce people, and then went and like backed and supported him even though he knew what he had done to me. Weird as fuck. And the guy that I was seeing was like, yeah, that is really weird. I don't know why he would do that. Like, that's so fucked up, whatever. Me and this dude stopped seeing each other kind of slowly. We would go to lunch, but we had like set a boundary of like, okay, we're not gonna be romantic anymore. And then one night I'm out at dinner with a friend. We're at the Domain and we're eating, and I see a guy and I'm like, wow, that looks just like the fucking dude I was seeing. He doesn't have a name on my stream. I think his name's Fortnite commentator guy. I think I might have called him that, which is what he did. But I don't really, or big dick guy. That's really all I call him. I don't talk about him very much though. But I'm like, that looks just like the big dick guy. Like, what the hell? It was. And you know who was right behind him? My abuser's like good friend, roommate, cousin. I don't fucking know what they are. They're roommates, but right behind him. They were getting dinner together. This was a week after I came out with my statement, a week after he had sat there and read it with me, talked shit on this dude. I literally was so mad. I like got up and ran from this restaurant because I just couldn't deal. So I don't talk to that guy anymore because why the fuck would I? Also, you're just weird. You're just a fucking weirdo. So that was that guy. The timeline for this is all fucked because now I'm going back to like kind of before all of these people. I started dating one of my coworkers, which honestly, I don't think dating your coworker is that bad, okay? I think it's kind of fun sometimes. It's cute, you know, especially when like one of you leaves, like, you know, whatever. Well, I started dating one of my coworkers. And he's like probably the youngest guy I had ever been with. I think he was 19. I was 18. Our birthdays were a day apart. I turned 19, he turned 20. Yeah. And that was like the youngest. That was like closest in age I've ever fucking been with. Me and him started seeing each other and it was good sex, you know, whatever. It was fine. Just two young kids. We'd go to dinners and shit. He, though, at a certain point, just stopped fucking talking. I don't know. I like genuinely that's it. Like he just stopped talking. He wouldn't talk, didn't have anything to add to the conversation, didn't laugh, didn't do anything. Even during sex, I said, "Hey, I like when guys are like moaning, they talk to me, whatever, like talk me through it, whatever." He was like, "Yeah, I don't know about that." Never even heard him fucking moan. He said the sex was good though. The sex is good though, right? Because you're not making any noise. I don't really know. He's like, "Yeah, it's great. I love it." Oh. Okay. There was one day where I was like, I'm just going to see how long he goes until he talks or like tries to start a conversation. Like, I just want to see. Comes to my house. I have a show on. We're just watching the show. We have sex. I'm like, you want to get food? Yeah. We go get food. Don't talk during that. Sit there in silence at this fucking Panera. Get in the car. Go back. Still in silence, drops me off. That was it. No conversation, not a single fucking conversation. We had sex and we didn't even talk. Like, are we for real? And yeah, that was fun. That was a great time. That was a kind of a weird situation where it was right after everything had happened to me. And so it was kind of just me trying to, first off, feel normal about sex and kind of just like be in an okay relationship. I don't know. It was weird. It was kind of a cry for help a little bit, and I kind of put up with more than I probably should have. But I'm not kidding. This dude didn't fucking speak. I don't even know. Like, I don't even know what to say. I messaged him in like January. I was like, hey, like, we can like keep talking if you want, but something's got to change. Like, you are just like not in it. It doesn't feel like you don't talk. Like, I just don't understand what's happening. And so like, if you want this to continue, it can, but shit needs to change. And he pretty much replied and was like, nah, I'm good. Good luck being a content creator, though. Okay, what the fuck? Okay, thanks, I guess. We both worked at Target together, and he actually quit Target and didn't tell me. And so I found out from somebody else that his last day was like a week ahead, and I was like, hey, you weren't going to tell me you were quitting the job that we work at together? Like, what? And he's like, oh, yeah. Yeah. Okay, okay. I don't think he was like an asshole or really had bad intentions. I think he was just young and just kind of weird. Like, I mean, it's really different when I moved here to pursue my passion and you lived here your whole life and you're dating someone who has their own apartment and I'm younger than you. Your parents don't even let you like stay out or sleep over at my place. Like, I get it, I guess. I don't know. I don't think he was trying to be a prick. But yeah, that's coworker guy. He did not speak. Or silent guy, either or, but he did not fucking speak. I'm trying to think of who else. Like, what's another... Fuck, what's another butt stuff guy? We got butt stuff guy. We got 45-minute guy, silent guy, Fortnite guy. That's like all of them. I guess there's a newer one now, but just some fucking loser that freaked out. I mean, okay, I do some pretty weird, I do some fucked up things sometimes, but I did fuck up. I fucked up and he's mad at me and I fucked up, sure, but he is just a fucking literal asshole, so I don't know. I've been with some, you know who I missed? My high school boyfriend. Yeah, this shit fucked me up. I genuinely, this shit shaped how I am as a person now, I swear, which is so weird because I was 14, 15 when this shit happened, but this shit shaped me. So I was absolutely in love with this guy in my high school, okay? My high school, my middle school, high school was a 6th through 12. I went to an art school, okay? Very small school, less than 1,000 people, and the entire thing, a 6th through 12, very small, right? I was in love with this guy who was a few years older than us. And he just, oh my God, he was so he still is so fucking fine. Oh my Lord. And I just like wanted to be with him, whatever, it was a dream. It was a goal, but a dream, whatever. Well, then I start becoming like kind of friends with one of his friends. Sorry, someone in like his friend group area, right? And I'm like, here we go. I'm in. This is my in to get into him. This is great, which is not a good thing. I mean, I was 14, so like, who the fuck cares? Yeah, this guy was the fucking devil, okay? This guy, he had a long-term girlfriend that broke up with him at prom. He fucking deserved it, okay? No, he fucking deserved this shit. So he got broken up with at prom, and it kind of showed him who his true friends were with this breakup, and also he was just kind of an asshole in general, so a lot of people didn't like him. So he turned to the what is it, reassurance from an 8th grader? I don't even know. He was going into his senior year as well. So he kind of started getting reassurance from me, and he started kind of guilt tripping me, and then he started saying like I love you to me and started getting sexual with me, and I felt bad for him, and I also thought, I have a relationship with, so I was kind of scared of him. In all honesty, like I was kind of in fear of him because he was this like, he acted like he had fucking connections and gangs and stuff. He was acting like he was some tough shit. He would him and his dad would fucking wrestle. He'd yell at his mom and shit. Like, he was a scary dude. And so, like, he's kind of feeling sad. He's ranting to me and shit. And, like, I'm, talking to him, whatever. And it got to a weird point where we were just, like, together. And it was kind of just like, well, he's in fucking 12th grade. I'm in 9th, whatever. The classic super senior. So, yeah, I start seeing this man, and it just ruins my life. I'm like embarrassed to tell anyone that we're even like together. We weren't really together. He was so fucking mentally abusive. He made me feel like shit every day. He literally, okay, like Instagram, if I didn't reply to his message, he would freak the fuck out and block me. Like, it was a very toxic relationship. And then he started doing this shit with my friends, my two close friends. I introduced them to him. We would play games together, one of them at least, and we kind of became a little bit of a friend group, whatever. Yeah, friend group. Fucking polyamorous relationship, bitch. Yeah, I don't know, it got weird. So, I wasn't allowed to speak to Joe anymore. Really. My mom did not like him for very good reason. My mom was looking out for him. He wasn't allowed to speak to me anymore because his parents went through his phone and saw that he was talking to a bunch of underage girls, and they were like, you're a fucking pedophile. So a lot of times he'd have to block me when school ended, shit like that. It was very fucking odd. I should have left, but he made me fucking fear for my life. I thought that this bitch was gonna come and find me and kill me. Like, and honestly, like, I think that that's enough of a reason. I was stupid still, whatever. So then one night, his friend's over with him. They're having a little boys' night, just him and his friend. And he posts on his story a black screen, and it's like, I'm sorry. What? And so I'm like, messaging him like, hello, what's happening? What's going on? What the fuck's going on? Hello? What does this mean? Like, what are we on about? And I had known that my two friends didn't really talk to him anymore. But I was like, maybe they know. So I reach out to one of the girls and I'm like, hey, do you know what's going on with him? Like, he won't answer my message. He posted this. This is really weird. And she goes, I think I should probably add blah, blah, blah to this call as well, so that we can both tell you. Bitch, both tell me what? Huh? She adds the other girl to the call. They pretty much tell me that he was having a relationship with them behind my back, both of them at the same time, while he was talking to me and I was like his main girl, whatever the fuck. Yeah, that he was cheating on me behind my back with both of them, and they both hid it from me for 4-5 months while pretending to be my friend at the same time. Yeah, I know that I was only 15, 16 in this situation, but that shit's not fucking fun. That no matter what fucking age you're at, that shit's not fucking fun to go through, okay? So, yeah, I found out he's cheating on me. I text his friend that's over at his house. I'm like, hey, what the fuck is happening right now? And his friend literally replies and says, kill yourself. At the time, this is 2019, so, like, it's, like, not really cool to say kill yourself yet, you know? Like, it's not, like, funny haha, and also in a moment like this, you don't just, like, say kill yourself to someone who's, like, actually going through it. Like, are we fucking serious? So, yeah, and my stupid ass got back with him because I don't fucking know. That's a stupid thing. That's a whole other thing. Actually, after I got to finally block him, and this is one thing that I'm like, thank you to the pandemic. Not really, but when the pandemic started and the 2 weeks off started happening, once I got home from those 2 weeks, he was saying some crazy stuff, and he was like, I don't even know what the fuck I'm gonna do when we come back from these 2 weeks, like, I'm like gonna freak out seeing all of you, like, he's just like angry, yelling at me I'm getting the blunt of it, I guess. I don't really know. He then had started talking to one of the girls again through Spotify playlist titles. I don't fucking know. Me and him got in a fight at one point, and he literally changed one of his Spotify playlist titles to, one of y'all unblock me and talk to me, I need to talk to y'all. Talking about both of these fucking bitches. One of them did. They both did, I think, actually. What the fuck ever. And then he got one of them to lie and be like, we were never romantically together. So then when me and him, I blocked him one day once we found out that the pandemic was going to be a lot longer than we thought. I just blocked him and moved on. I said, my mom is taking my phone, goodbye, and I just blocked him, and that was the end of it. He started fucking dating one of those girls. Dating. Like, they actually were dating. But they never had a romantic relationship. Okay, my fucking ass. Y'all some fucking liars. But yeah, that's kind of when my hatred for men started, where I was like, I value much more my friendships and my friends than any man ever, and I I have de-centered men from my life. A lot of women have men centered in their life because they've grown up that way, and you know, your whole life goal is to be a mom, to be a mother, to find your Prince Charming, whatever, and that's like all you need, your provider. Da, da, da. I fucking can't. I don't need that. I don't care for that. Okay, I'm not. I want my career to work out. Of course, I would love to find a man that loves me, whatever, woman that loves me as well. They, them that loves me. Honestly, anybody that want me, y'all can have me. But I'm not. Men are not the central point of my life. And that really, I think, shaped that, made me realize that a lot of women, because I made the mistake. I made a few mistakes. I kept going back to him. It was stupid, and I realized that. And then when I went to turn to my friends and go, hey, I want you guys, I'm sorry for what I did, they were already there and chose him over me, and that's when it kind of all hit. Very fucking stupid situation, and, like, just super fucking annoying, not only to go through so young, but like to have fucked me up now, because now I feel stupid, because it's like that happened when I was 15 and I'm still like fucked up about it. Like, are you serious? Girl, get the fuck over it, you know? I don't know. Very influential moment of my life. But that's SoundCloud rap. He was a SoundCloud rapper as well, so I call him SoundCloud rapper dude on my stream, I think. I'm trying to think is there really anybody else? I don't think so. The newest guy that I was talking to, though, that, like, we've been calling him, he's just a fucking loser, so we've been calling him loser dude. Reminds me a lot of that guy. And that should have, like, immediately made me, like, turn around and walk away, but I don't know. They look like a crack. My car's fucking disgusting. If you can tell, just close your eyes, act like you can't. But I think that's all of the men's stories. I went on a date today, but I don't even know how to feel about it. I don't know. I don't even know. I've been doing a little bit too much for the plot and for the jokes and the funnies, and now I just, I'm, like, tired. I'm just like, I'm sick of this. All I need is good sex. Like, I just want consistent sex, and that's fine. Like, I don't really want a relationship, but consistent sex, you know, I could live off of that shit. I'm trying to think. I don't think there's any other stories. There probably will be more in the future, but I did have I mean, there's some men's stories that I have that I just, like, didn't really talk about on stream. I have a really big, juicy one that I've never really talked about. I really can't talk about yet. I'm kind of waiting because the person's, like, a content creator, and so I just don't want to get in the mix of things. That it happened, like, a year before I even fucking moved here. I did have a boyfriend. My, like, only real relationship was in 7th grade, I think. Wow, damn, bitch. My only real relationship. My own, like, the only relationship that really, like, I had a full breakup, like, we broke up, we're no longer boyfriend, girlfriend, we're a boyfriend, girlfriend, you know, whatever, was with this guy. Damn, is that real? Is that fucking really real? I mean, I had boys that I'd call my boyfriend and shit, but we weren't, like, going out on dates and shit. So I guess it's not really, this was my first ever relationship. Okay, that's what I should say. It was with this guy. He was a very interesting creature. He's actually engaged now. Good for him. He was young. I was young. I don't even know. He had, like, really bad friends, and, like, his friends would just tell him shit from, like, when he didn't go to our school from 6th grade. He came to our school when he was in 8th grade, and so it was, like, a whole thing, and I don't know. He was just an asshole. Like, this once, like, I was talking about my classes, and he was like, well, your classes are really fucking easy. Okay, like, what does that have to do? Like, okay, can I not just be like, damn, I don't want to go to school? Like, what the fuck are we talking about? He'd, like, look down on me for, like, my grades. Like, he'd be like, well, I'd hope you'd have a fucking A. I mean, you're in algebra 2. Like, yeah, you should already have an A in that class. Like, just, what the fuck? Hello? Okay, I'm sorry. I don't even know. Yeah, I've been through the ringer with men, though, that's for sure. I had a guy, this is a story, I don't really have a name for this dude, but I went on a date with a guy, and I call this my worst date. I completely forgot that, like, not really completely forgot, but it slips my mind that, like, when I think of, like, dates, I think of first dates, and that's all that I think about. I don't think about, like, the dates after, after your first date, you keep going on dates. I don't think about those for some reason. because I feel like your first date's the most influential one. Like I had a really good first date with Butt Stuff Guy, like a really great first date. But I went on a date with this dude. I think it was a date. I'm assuming I drove really fucking far for it. It was here. I drove really fucking far to this like restaurant, like fancy restaurant, like fancy but not fancy. We sat and talked. He literally talked about himself the entire fucking time. Like I was like silent, and it was the first time that I'd ever had that happen where I wasn't carrying a date talking, and I was like, Jesus Christ. I left there. I was like, yeah, I'm not doing that again. And that was the end of that one. And that's kind of the date that I call my worst date, just because it was like inconvenient of how far I like drove just to sit there and be like, and then drove all the way back just to feel like, you know, it was just a bad combination of things. Oh, you know what? There is like one more guy, I guess. It's been like that. This has been like a real relationship for me. I called him my boyfriend. He would not call me his girlfriend. But that was my man. I call him just like, I would say just my ex. I just call him my ex on stream because I wasn't over him for like it took me forever to fucking get over him. He was actually the second guy to break up with me after the subathon. I've had 2 subathons, okay? And both times I've been broken up with within days after it's ended. I don't fucking understand, okay? This guy, I regret every day dating him. Like, I just regret it. And it's because he's like in the scene, and it's just a mistake. I fucking have learned my lesson with like dating and seeing people in this scene, in this space, because it's just not fucking worth it at this point. I mean, genuinely, it's not fucking worth it. None of them are my fucking soulmate, that's for sure. But he's just so intertwined in the scene that I just feel awkward, and I like feel bad for like what happened between us. But there's not much to it. But he was still like a shitty boyfriend. Like he wasn't a great boyfriend or anything. I think the worst date I've been on was with him. We went to Texas Roadhouse, which is like my favorite place ever. And at Texas Roadhouse, I order sides. Like, I normally get a side salad and a sweet potato or loaded baked potato because it's cheap, it's nice, whatever. Okay. Well, I did that, but this time I only ordered a salad, I think. I think that's all I ordered. The house salad, it's fucking phenomenal, okay? And I ordered the house salad, and he ordered, like, a steak, and he ordered, like, a drink, and he got, you know, an actual meal. And I'm not like I needed an actual meal. That's all I need. Like, I'm good from that. This motherfucker tried to split the bill with me. My food altogether was $8. And the total for this, the total for our bill, $52 fucking dollars. Mine was $8. And he tried to get me to split the bill. Now, okay, it's not that much, like, it's fine. But are we for real? Like, you not gonna pay for my $8 meal? Are you serious? And then, the kicker on top, this man tipped $0. 0. And I said, you should tip $0? She's like, yeah. It's not my fault. Get a better job if you can't. Huh? I know that tipping culture has gotten, like, outrageous in the U.S. Okay, sure, you know, just tipping in general is kind of fucked in comparison to other countries. But you're going to sit here and be like, get a better job if you can't afford blah, 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 if you're living off of my tip. You are so fucking privileged, first off, to say that. And second off, like, this motherfucker did not have, like, a real job. Like, you ain't working no damn 9 to 5. Like, what if you're in their situation later? You know, like, what if you have to work at a restaurant later in your life and you live off of fucking tips and you don't get tipped? Like, that's just your fucking karma. I don't know. It's just so weird. He wouldn't tip and that's kind of the start of where I found out he didn't tip shit. He wouldn't tip anything on, like, Uber Eats and DoorDash, and he DoorDashes or Uber Eats every single one of his fucking meals, and he would not tip more than a fucking $1. But yeah, I think that was the worst date. Because I felt, like, embarrassed. Like, it was embarrassing. You know? Like, I come to this place a lot. These people are going to see me and go, oh, that's the bitch that didn't tip. Like, they're going to blame me even though it was you. You tried to split the bill with me anyways. And mind you, okay, if I would have known he was going to tip 0, like, I would have just fucking paid for my own or whatever. And if I had cash on me, I would have left cash. But, like, literally at that moment, like, what was I supposed to do? Hey, could you charge my card $5 so you can get a tip, please? Like, he didn't tip you anything. Like, I didn't... Put me in such a weird fucking predicament. Which made me feel like shit. But yeah, that's probably the worst date I've ever been on. I went on a very interesting date this morning, but I don't even know if I really want to talk about it. But I think that's the end of this. I tried to do better about not passing the mic in between my hands because it made such a loud noise, and I hope that, like, it sounds fine. I hope that the sound quality's fine. I'm going to watch this back a little bit, so I pray that it works. And we actually made it to an hour, so let's fucking go. But yeah, I think that's the end of it for me. I hope that the next one I'm outside, I hope it's not as windy the fucking next time I try and do this, but, like, damn, I couldn't even be out there. So I'll have to plan a little bit better and look at the weather better. But yeah, thanks for listening. If you are made it this far, comment your favorite character that I talked about this fucking video. Yeah, this is like kind of now my like textbook. Like, I tell someone, oh, you don't know the story, go watch my video. I tell the stories, okay? I feel like some people needed this, new community members or whatever. And no hate to literally any of these men, like, no hate, no shade, nothing. I'm really just telling my experience with them. There's none of them that I genuinely have any ill regard against other than, like, my fucking abuser and the guy that hung out with my abuser's friend. Because I think he was hanging out with my abuser, too. That's the only guy that I'm kind of like, girl, fuck you. But other than that, like, yeah. And I'm sorry if you are one of these men and you're watching this. I hope that, like, maybe you learned something from this and you realize, like, oh, yeah, I probably shouldn't do that. Or, like, yeah, that was kind of weird. Now, there was faults on both ends, okay? There's definitely faults on my end as well. Like, you know, I should have told butt stuff guy, hey, I'm not really into butt stuff, but I didn't really want to kill the vibe. So I just thought he'd read my body language. Who else? What's another one? 45-minute guy. Maybe I should have been better at giving head. I don't know. Stood up for myself. That's not even, like, a situation of either of us did bad. It's just more of, like, an embarrassing, cringy story for myself. But yeah, hopefully I don't have any more assholes in my life. I'm gonna try and stop talking to assholes, seeing assholes. I kind of want to be in a, you know, I kind of want, like, a loving relationship already. I don't know. Anybody else feel that way? I don't know. I never learn, I feel like, but maybe. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you all have I'm saying, like, have a great night, like I'm streaming, but thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next week. Next week's video should be a good one. Yeah. Bye. Bye.